'Twas the year of 1925. At the advent of the Midgrandian War, Empress Missilika sought to invade the planet to gain further means over the production of the planet's energon resources than that of dark energon. But amidst the warfare, two factions have allied together, the Syndicalist movement, to fend off against their shared foe, the Dark Hunter Squad. They have tried in vain to win, but Senator Zurg's military efforts were weak after his father passed away, and only relying on his foreign allies to keep his regime afloat. Afloat indeed. His and Zaktan's experiments were Vuborak and Mikhai Rankash. The former was once a Dark Hunter whose body was ravaged by a terrible fight shortly after the war began and cyberized into a robot by Zurg's design, with gold energon implemented, supported by synthetic energon. Vuborak can trigger a power of temporal powers, allowing him to turn anything attacking him to dust. The latter was once a young boy who lived under a dangerous regime to Voya Nui, and then captured by the Paraka and transformed him into a cyborg with synthetic energon empowering him. A very mysterious person indeed, as he as once was a boy now going under a new name. By the year of 1928, Senator Zurg and Zaktan met Missilika under the impression of her military status being proficient and resources to win the war. And so they agreed under the condition that Missilika would decide the outcome of their war efforts. Both begrudgingly accepted, though Zurg was more enthusiastic. And so the alliances began. Though Missilika's military efforts have proven to be useful in Zurg's advantage, they have yet to thwart a less significant problem to Missilika, but more so to him. The Dark Hunters.
Welcome, my friends, my treacherous comrades. I have brought you here for an important matter.
And what would that be, Senator?
There have been reports of suspicious activities occurring in the Syndicalist campsites, where the three Dark Hunters have attempted thievery and murder to the Matoran and Skoktai Prometheans there, and it's been going on for 3 months.
Huh. I wonder if Terry's little skank bat Gavla is the culprit for leading the assault. Quite crude for a wartime prostitute.
If that is the case, Senator, it would stand to reason we'd pursue after them.
Zaktan, do you remember what we discussed a week ago back in your base?
So, Senator, what brings us to a meeting together?
Dark Hunters are raiding one of my Syndicalist camps. The Shattered Ones sent out a group of criminals to raid my camps in an attempt to steal my resources.
Criminals? And I thought Vizok's 3-degree murder was bad.
Yengas, I don't hurt squirrels.
At any rate, we should prepare an effort to thwart them.
So, you suggest?
It's our good friends, Vuborak and Rankash.
Aren't they still in development?
Not anymore. They're developed with the proper synthetic energon to undertake tasks, though I don't believe Vuborak can withstand.
Then let's prepare them both to hunt down the Shattered One's minions.
Senator, please reconsider other options. The Paraka are up to the task.
Nonsense. With an oversized dog hunter by their side, not to mention Blight Energon being their defense, we ought to send out our new troops into battle. Besides, Empress Vasilika will have a final...
I suppose we just pull the trigger, my liege? That has yet to be determined by Miss Alika. If she comes to it. That I know too well.
Vubarak has the temporal powers to take down the Dark Hunters, and Rankash being efficient in his efforts to siphon Gavla's light energon reserves.
Would that be Lieutenant Etna who has the Dark Energon resources to that? After all, she...
Just getting on what I thought about it. Does not remember.
Once we get Empress Vasilika's approval for bringing in Lieutenant Etna, we'll move forward with her taking the lead for our subjects.
As you wish.
Well, Mistika's prop doll has come. Her Excellency said I would be involved in one of your ordeals.
So it seems. Senator Zurg is persistent on the idea of you, Rankash, and Vubarak handling Gavla's petulant group. You have something that can take down their light energon immunity?
Indeed.
So your lovely tricks can make our problems go away? At any rate, I'll leave you with this problem, as Zurg requested. But for a time, I expect you keep your wretched fingertips to yourself as Rankash and Vubarak work alongside you. Otherwise, I would have siphoned your blood and replaced it with synthetic energy.
Bastard. Stay on your toes.
Yes, Lieutenant Etna.
Elik, keep your eyes sharp on the large one.
slaughtering strongholds.
What?
Light and dark energon are the only variants which existed outside of time, meaning that Voporak's temporal powers cannot affect me, Illic, and Brodar. Keep Gafla at bay.
Understood. There's got to be a connection point through his body to cut off light energy.
You'll feel sorry for this. Well done. Let's return to the Syndicalist regime.
How do you suppose your apprentice will have accomplished this task of weakening a vital military point of Senator Zurg?
Very. I trained her for 2 decades and has done well in the past. She will.
Master Pterodax, Shadowed One.
Report.
Etna decimated 2 of our troops.
Impossible. How could she have... Wait, did she have allies?
Yes. She had a human Promethean cyborg and Voporak, a being capable of decimating his foes into dust if light or dark energon were not applied.
That skank lieutenant must have found a way to weaken our defenses. With dark energon, I presume.
Indeed.
Missilika loves to dabble into the magic of the Dark Jehovah, doesn't she?
Speak carefully, my colleague. We too dabble into the light Jehovah's powers from Cybertron. Fortunately, the fool Ratchet supported us once Zactan decided to abandon our efforts, and then Thorn Therion.
The whore who once served Missilika?
Indeed. She betrayed Missilika in our favor until she found a convenience to leave us at Natara's mercy.
Fortunately, my lovely apprentice helped us kill Natara. Would you like Gavla to go out again with a new set of troops?
No. This time, I wish to face Etna and her allies, including Voporak himself. My former servant was made to turn against me with the Paraka's resources, and I shall teach him a lesson.
You mean we teach him a lesson? After all, I shared my part in this faction's uprising. Into Ratchet and Cybertron, no doubt.
Lieutenant, I received orders to Gavla and Russian the Forbidden Island this time. She was tasked by the Shadowed One through a Dreadstone alert that she's conspiring to build a hideout.
Understood. I will take care of it immediately. Gentlemen, Gavla's at it again. She's making a hideout on the Forbidden Island.
Impossible. The island is off limits.
According to Cybertronian scholar books, it was meant to be, But somehow the Shadowed One was crazy enough to send one of his goons there. There's a dangerous entity who resides there as its guardian, if anyone tries to enter it. His name is Vizon.
Fizon?
A myth created from Vizon's genes by Pterodax to terrorize foes with nightmares. Somehow his own insanity turned against him and the Shadowed One, going his own way. Every time you stare right at him, he'll project flashes into your mind and remind you of the worst times of your life.
We must shoot him immediately when we see him.
That is, if you're quick enough to pull the trigger for Brack. Vizon's reaction is just as quick as a viper strikes its prey. And I'm pulling the trigger. Stay alert.
Lieutenant, could that be Gavla?
I don't think...
Alert. Cannot function. Shadowed One.
Come now, Zurg. I know you'll be letting us shoot you stay to the past.
Zurg is dead.
Then you will die as a blind man. I cannot die.
Thank you. And I thought Gavla would show up on her own flying out in the storm.
Think Her Excellency would have predicted Gavla being here? We tricked you all so that Pterodax and I would deal with you personally.
Just some slimy liars you are.
Shadowed One, you abandoned me long ago, and I will not allow you to leave unpunished.
Oh, that is quite awful, my former apprentice. Well, I, or rather we, will teach you a lesson. Doubly so once we're through with you. Just wait until the light energy on shockwave.
Not until I give you a second shot of Dark Whisk.
You foolish disciples of Basilika and Zurg. You honestly think their efforts in their war would gain anything in return?
Wait. We're not the only ones affected. Zurg was too.
Turdax escaped.
Damn. Oh well. Let's turn in the Shadowed One.
Now that you have lost, the Dark Hunters are finished.
And who should you thank for cleaning up your mess?
I say we prepare his sentence. Any last words, my old friend? You will never take the We were going to sentence him, Bionicle.
So is death. Consider it done, Skakdai.
Your Excellency, should we begin interrogating the Paraka squad?
In time, my apprentice. Once our allies cozy up to this unholy alliance, we will begin taxing them, and then reel in much of their resources and slaves into our column.
Right. Considering Zaktan resents you, should greater regulation ease his group's treason?
Lieutenant, I believe as long as Zaktan is on board with my direction in the Midgrandian War, he will see the vision that the Misilican Socialist Union has set in motion.
There's reports of Bishop Terador running for Shepherd of the Dragon Empire Republic, and will make all efforts to win against incumbent Shepherd Xander as his approval rating continues to fall.
Same old religious crap as usual.
You suppose Primus would be cringing at that kind of shit the dragons are spewing?
I suppose. And I thought human Catholics on Earth were bad.
What in Primuses?
And what has gotten into Zaktan's jimmies this time?
Bionicle has raised tariffs onto our synthetic energon resources and military war efforts. The former from 24 to 47%, and the latter from 34 to 65%.
Are you serious? We already got hit by her tax raises 3 times so far since we joined her.
This was a bad idea. We should leave and...
Hush! I fear we're being watched. Yes, we are. Bionicle must have tasked her apprentice to set up cameras everywhere and catch us. Must find a way. Find a way. Yes.
What do we do now?
I have an idea.
How long shall it be until Soundwave finds the source to create the space bridge to Earth?
He has searched far and wide across this woeful realm to find the necessary pillars to do so. It only requires 3 of them, including a control panel.
In other words,
the space bridge should be within our reach, and freedom is at hand.
Though I suspect that our Autobot tyrants are attempting to keep us locked in no matter what, in any case, we must act quickly. The Decepticon legacy must remain strong forever. I shall regain revenge for this undeserving downfall the tyrant Zeta convoy set upon me and my brethren.